Winding up old fence lines can be an absolute heart-breaking, back-breaking job, but the new Munro Wire Winder seems to take all the hard work and strain out of it. It's a really simple design of a machine, and I'm actually surprised that someone didn't come up with the idea earlier. But local fencing contractor James Hajiz, through necessity, built one for himself. He's saving time, manpower, and in turn money. And James tells us a little bit more about it. What inspired you to design the machine?
Basically, just had a big job on the go, and just felt that with a given time frame that we had to get the job done, I just felt that manually we wouldn't have had a hope, so that's how it sort of got started.
Yeah, so how did it get to the point of, say, Munro getting on board?
Yeah, well I rang Warren McLean of Munro Engineering up in Ballarat. I just said to him that I got a machine here that I felt would fit in really well with your business, and he sort of said, well, if you get a spare second, we'll bring it up and we'll do a demonstration and go from there. They've sort of looked after all the marketing side of things and now put them into production and they're hitting the market. A day's work I'm done in a matter of hours, if that, lucky to be hours. I just said to the boys then, I said, oh, well that's all done and I'm feeling fresh as a daisy, where do I go now? So there's no stress on your body at all. I just couldn't dream of going back to doing it by hand. I just do everything by myself now. I save all my labour costs. Naturally I don't have any, and I feel like I keep up basically just as well as having two blokes now. So essentially all my labour costs are now retained in the pocket. Whatever you can feed into it, it'll basically wind up. So it'll do a combination of barb, plain, anywhere, had over a dozen wires going into the machine. Clean fence lines and a couple of wires, you get anywhere up to 20k an hour, and yeah, it'll do ring lock as well with planes thrown into it. So yeah, the time frame of what I used to be able to do by hand to what the machine can do in such a short time frame is just chalk and cheese. My tractor that I use, it's 100 horsepower with fairly decent oil flow, but it's only a low volume hydraulic pump, so you don't need anything big and fancy. Just any little 30 odd plus horsepower tractor would be able to run it, not a problem.
So we've just seen, within minutes, it's coiled up 10 strands of barbed wire all into one tightly compacted bundle, then it's over to the ute and dump it off, ready for disposal. But how long do you think that would take you to do by hand? And after coiling up 400 metres of barbed wire, no blood and no blisters. Of course, you've seen it in action today, but I'll have a much more detailed review in Farms and Farm Machinery magazine. And also don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. After seeing the Munro Wire Winder, I'd never want to do this again in my life.